Operation AMBERPOINT.
Moro moro and welcome to Culinary SOLO Roleplaying, and for the second episode of Operation AMBERPOINT. If you have survived this far, I deeply and humbly thank you. Thank you for taking the time to see my adventures. But nonetheless, if you enjoyed the content, remember to like, that helps the channel a lot, and subscribe if you want to see all the other episodes of Culinary Solo Roleplaying. But enough self-inserts, let's get back into the game, finally. So our first scene, infiltrate the island via old urban area AMBERPOINT. I think we succeeded quite well overall, and I here in front of me have an outgunned campaign sheet, which is supposed to like serve as this kind of map to your adventure that keeps tabs on like all the shots that you have had already. It has like basic info on like supporting characters and possible villains, and also the contacts and clues you have. What it also has is this kind of heat meter, and on the Kickstarter rules it's not explained thoroughly, exhaustively. Again, a Kickstart guide. But what I'm thinking about is when things get more heated, GM can like collect these kind of heat points and can, figure of speechly, bring the heat against the players and use kind of these heat points to create different kinds of complications. I'm planning to use this as an kind of like a climax meter in this campaign, campaign adventure, because this is a stealth mission. Every time we are being anything but subtle, I will fill the meter up, dependingly like how smoothly things went. And you can basically think it as of star system in GTA. So the more stars or more heat we have generated, the more alert the whole island is about our presence and will take further steps to try to stop us. So I would say at the point of 4, they realize that something's up. At the point of 8, they are actively searching us, and on heat level 12, they are on full alert. So for now, I would say we only accumulated 1 heat because we did quite well in our efforts to secure our vehicle and stuff, and the gods promised us that they won't tell anyone. So, and especially this point where Riso still has explosing color on his neck, so if we start to get too loud at this point, bad things can happen. So what will be the next scene? So now we have a vehicle, we have a van. The original idea was to go around the radiation zone, because as we can see, the road here goes through the radiation zone. We are still on the clock, so there might be some kind of outpost between the area we are in now and the Den of Sorrows, aka the radiation zone. So we could maybe acquire some kind of radiation protection from that outpost, rather than going off-road with a van and go all around here, which probably will take up some time. And yeah, I don't like that idea. I would rather just believe in my odds on finding us an outpost that has some kind of radiation suit or something like that, or maybe even a transport that could lead us through the radiation zone. So yeah, I think that is exactly what we are gonna do today. Scene number 2. Secure, safe passage through radiation zone. Our shot or our scene for today is secure a safe passage through radiation zone, aka the Den of Sorrows. And adrenaline is this kind of mechanic that we haven't been using yet, but the idea is when you do like some crazy stuff, like for example, probably the van scene from last game could have like accumulated us 1 adrenaline, but I didn't want to like blend too many rules in the first like session, and it will be too difficult for me and maybe for you to follow as well. So I didn't like put that in right now. I just wanted to get a hold of the system and the dice rolls and stuff. But definitely in the future, if we are doing something crazy, we could add adrenaline. And we can use the adrenaline to do like specials, like activate feats, for example, or there is some special stuff that you can do with the adrenaline. Well, actually, we can check it right now. What adrenaline does for us, we can either spend one adrenaline to activate one of our feats. In our case, we have my my own created feat called Suck It Up, which means we can spend one adrenaline to remove either hurt or nervous. And these are conditions which can hinder our performance. And for every attribute, there is their own hindrance, and there can be additional ones that GM may decide. What we can also do with adrenaline, we can also spend one adrenaline to get +1 to our rolls, or we can spend 6 adrenaline to immediately get a spotlight. And spotlight is this like huge heroic moment where we can get automatic extreme success. Spotlight actually states in the rules, do whatever you want. So yeah, that's kind of crazy promise. That's enough with the rules. Now we can actually get into the adventure again. So let's start with scene 2. Secure a safe passage through Radiation Zone Alpha, the Den of Sorrows. Securing the van. Also now having Radio Jammer in his possession, Jaakko Routa drives the van on road into the forest ahead. And I think at this point, when he's getting closer to the forest, he will contact GDA once again. HQ, this is Jaakko Routa. I decided to head straight through the radiation zone. I will need to find a way to protect myself from the radiation. I'm looking for a possible outpost in the forest next to the radiation zone. I will keep you posted. There has to be an outpost, especially now when AMBERPOINT was not a ruined city but a full-on military base, research center. We are not quite sure what they are doing there, but we know that it's definitely active point. There has to be some kind of outpost between the Den of Sorrows and AMBERPOINT, because they also want to move people into the Powder Town and the forest nearby, because that is basically the place where they film the live stream, where they are having the live stream, the competition, the game. So my real question is, when Jaakko Routa is driving the van and getting closer to the forest of the game island, how much security actually is here? So how much in trouble we are gonna get in, basically. We will once again use the one-page solo engine. So how much security is inside this forest? Surprisingly lacking. Interesting. So definitely I would say they are really trusting upon that nobody wants to walk through the radiation zone. And if anyone would ever wander that far, they just really feel like people will just die in there. So the radiation has to be really bad. So we can't just like, it's not just a healthy risk. It's definitely something that could be bad. And I would actually argue like a high radiation, yeah, it is really unhealthy, but it doesn't kill you an instant. So there might be some additional dangerous stuff that makes the Black Wind believe that there is no need for extra security, which will be interesting when we get into the actual radiation zone. So for now, I would say Jaakko Routa will just drive into the forest. At first glance, Jaakko sees nothing. Just forest and just a road. And I would say this is the part where it's more what he was first expecting in the AMBERPOINT. Really unkept road, maybe some few like smaller storage buildings that are like look abandoned. He starts to like lose a little bit of hope in a sense that, was it wrong for me to come here? It seems like there's nothing here. Am I even gonna find any radiation protection from this place? Let's ask the oracles what kind of location we find. Is there some kind of outpost that we were hoping for, or is there something completely else. I asked the oracle to set the scene, and the scene says, complication. All is not what it seems. Still, it's not an altered scene, but something is not what it seems. I think I need a little bit more. I asked One Page Solo Engine to give me a generic oracle description, and it gave me what it does. It moves physically. It physically moves, so we come across some kind of vehicle. How it looks, unexpected, technical, and how significant, again, more than expected. So yeah, this is gonna be really bad for us. I think Jaakko Routa now will come across the thing that they were researching. It's gonna be bad, but at least we have then partially done our mission as well. Before I tell you what it is, I first make a check for Jaakko to see if he realizes what is waiting for him before it's too late. I would say this is definitely detect with focus. Actually, our detect is quite good, which is nice, but our focus is only 2, so we will roll 5 dice. I would say I will take 1 die penalty for this, and you will probably know why. No, I will give Jaakko full dice, but now we will need a critical success, so we need 3 of a kind. So no more basic success. This is definitely a 1 grade higher. Here we go, first roll. Yes! 3 6s. Nice. We got it. So, Jaakko feels kind of weird. He can see the road forward, but he starts to see like this kind of like animal carcasses in the side of the road. And he slowly starts to slow down the car. And he drives to the side of the road. He stops the engine and walks out of the car. He's not quite sure what, but it seems like something doesn't seem quite right. He picks up a stone from the side of the road and throws it. Bong, 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 bong. It bounces off from thin air, and Jaakko Routa is like, stealth technology? And I would say even when he throws the stone, he can see this kind of shimmering light coming out of this air, basically. So there is some kind of craft, like a stealth craft in front of him, and it seems like the road just stops in the back and has this kind of open abandoned area. How huge is this? This is at least a size of an airplane, but like I want to know if it's like a battleship sized thing or is it like just airplane. I asked how big. Surprisingly lacking. Okay, thank God. Okay, so it's not a like full-on battleship. It's maybe like an airplane sized stealth craft, but still it has been parked in here in the middle of the road. And is there somebody around? I would say it's very unlikely because this place was surprisingly lacking on like any security and stuff. They have just brought all the equipment here because it's more excluded from the AMBERPOINT place, and they feel like they have hid it quite well. This is like a hidden garage in a sense. Or a hidden parking lot, if you may. So I would say it's unlikely there's anyone around. There is no one around. Jaakko Routa thinks for a moment. I probably can't continue with the car because I can't see what I'm dodging. So I should probably continue by foot. There has to be some kind of warehouse, but it's probably covered in stealth technology as well. Jaakko takes all of the equipment. I think he will leave the radio channel. Well, he needs to carry it with 2 hands. Is it powered? Can we power up the radio jammer right now? But then also there is high possibility that we can't communicate. Yeah, let's just leave it for now. Let's just leave it in the van. And Jaakko Routa carefully tries to feel out where this stealth craft is located and goes like around it into this open, really abandoned looking place on the first glance, but now realizing that this kind of abandoned parking lot surrounded by trees is probably hidden aircraft garage for these stealth crafts. HQ update on Blackwind. It seems like they are researching for some kind of stealth crafts, I think. I can't say how many of them are here, but this is definitely high military stuff. Yeah, this is really bad. We don't know what is Blackwind's aims for this. Will they just sell these aircrafts or do something else? I think for a moment Jaakko Routa will just feel around this location, hopefully finding the warehouse section of this place, because there wasn't anyone around. So I think he can do it fairly like casually. Of course, we don't know if there's probably security cameras, so but there's nothing we can do for that right now. In all purposes, they will think we are just one of the contestants. I think at some point Jaakko Routa will like come across this kind of invisible wall, and he starts to track the wall with his hands until he finds a spot where he can just see his arm vanish inside this invisible wall, and he carefully leans in and goes inside this kind of invisible field, and he comes into this very small kind of a corridor where there is a door, but this door looks like an elevator. And now the interesting question is, of course, well, first, is the elevator locked? And I would say it's quite likely that it is. Yes, but we have the green security card, so we have a clearance. So Jaakko will just get closer, walk next to the elevator. I would say there are no security cameras right now. They are really confident about the stealth technology, and they also don't want to leave a lot of evidence of these places. So he looks at his green security card and tries his luck. Beep. The door opens. Okay. A bit surprised, he walks in. Now, in the elevator, he can see there are many levels. Like, there are 9 levels in this place. But he has only clearance for maybe like first 3 levels. He can see the different clearance tiers. And I would say there are, well, let's make it really easy. There are green clearance, there are yellow clearance, and there are red clearance. And right now he only has the green clearance, which are basically like 3 first floors. One of them has like radiation research written into the floor, the contents of the floor. Do we have a clearance for that floor? Let's ask. I would say radiation research. Oh, I would say it's not radiation research. Radiation zone operations sounds better. And I would say that is green. That's like, sounds like a low level job. So I would say it's likely we have the clearance for it. Yes, and okay, so we have the clearance for it, and I know, we also have a clearance for the game operations level. So everything that is related to the game, we can go in and check it out. I should probably start with the game operations. I might find some really good leads on where to find Risso Mills. Jaakko Routa presses the button that leads him to the level of operations, the game operations. So let's create a room, shall we? 1-page solo engine, dungeon generator room. So the first area, or this level's first area, is working or utility area. There are hostile enemies, so that means there are some people in here. An interesting item or clue and there are 2 additional exits. So I would say right off the bat, when Jaakko arrives to this floor, it is like the camera monitoring room. This is where the magic, the editing and the streaming magic happens. He can see straight away when the elevator door opens, all of the different screens that he can quickly pick up to be the game streaming cameras. And he can see that the game has already started, and there are different people running around, shooting each other, doing violent things each other, like fighting it off melee style, like really medieval barbaric style. There's at least 1 guard and maybe 2 to 3, I would say there's 3 camera operators. Okay. Now we need to think. What will... Oh no, we have like no... We have 0 smooth. Jaakko doesn't know how to like talk things out, so we can't go that route. Or we could try it, but I would say Jaakko just comes through the elevator and with guns on his hand and says to the guard, don't even try it. Would this be cool speech or leadership? I will ask the Kickstarter guide for some assistance. This is either smooth or nerves, definitely. I would even say this is nerves. This is like coming into a hostile space and trying to intimidate yourself in. Leadership is called inspire, give orders, or intimidate people. Simple as that. We will use leadership definitely. Leadership and nerves. So this will be 5 dice. He comes out of nowhere with his guns out. I would say this wasn't like really highly guarded place, especially the low levels. Yeah, basic success. And we got basic success. 2 6s. Again with the 6s. Jaakko Routa goes inside the monitor room. Don't even try it. You, all of you, up. He will maneuver the security guard and these rest of the workers to the corner of the room. They don't know right now what his aims are, so we are still on the clear. So Jaakko will probably order them to go through one of the doors. Go there, right now. This can end up really badly, but let's see. Room, area with special feature. There is unique NPC or adversary. No, Riso Mills is not here. Objects, nothing or mundane objects. There's 1 additional exit. Area with special feature. Yeah, it like, you know, in this kind of live, like reality TV shows, you have like that one room where they are doing all the interviews and stuff. Oh, no. Reel it back. I know what this room is. This room is the commentator's room. It has a special feature relating... Yeah, this is the commentator's room. Oh shit. No, oh no. I'm digging a hole here. I'm digging myself into a hole here. Okay, let's run with it. Let's do the steps together. Help me here. It's the commentator's room. There's nothing in here. Only thing that could save this situation is Risso Mills in here having like an forced interview before he gets sent off into the competition. Is Risso Mills here? No. Okay. Riso Mills is not in the room, which would have been really good, but I understand it's not the case. Oh, this is tough one. So the situation is this: if we out ourselves in here, and they will have to stop the stream, that means they will kill everyone in the competition, including Riso Mills. Are we immediately visible? I will help us to save a skin a little bit. I will say there is like this kind of studio room, and there's like this blackened glass, you know, like in every studio room, and then you can see on the other side are the commentators right now filming and like talking about how the competition is going. In this studio space, is there somebody right now? I would say it's 50-50. No, it's even likely there is somebody behind the reels as well. So it's like there is someone in here. No, but there's no one in this room, but I think it's somehow like automated. I would say this is like the second, yeah, this is the second part of the first room, and the actual like editors and auditors were on that room who are here right now. So they might, if we are like keeping them now here, they might at some point start to notice that something's up, like the auditors and people behind the screen are missing. We are in big trouble if we don't locate Riso Mills fast, or now we definitely have to find a way how to stop the bombs or how to open the colors. And I would say the colors can be opened somewhere in here. Okay, so we keep moving, and there was one additional door in here. So I would say after Jaakko Routa just like sees the interviews happening, and there's one additional door that leads to a next room, and he will just make them go into that next room as well. He wants to find maybe some kind of like cleaning closet, or like a room that he can just like shove these people in. So yeah, let's just go to the next room. Oh my god, this is getting intense. Okay, next we go to a typical area. And typical area in here would probably be some kind of storage area with for all the lenses and for all the camera equipment. And there is something valuable in here. And I simply cannot say that it would be the switch that opens all the locks. That is not something that is in here. But there's anyway something valuable to us right now. Something valuable for us right now. I would say there is some kind of leverage that we can use to lock these people in here. I think he finds something that he can put into that door that we came from and just like make it stuck. So he orders the people inside this room, and he removes the one gun from the security card, and he just looks all of these people and is like, get comfortable. And he holsters the other gun. He takes the rod, this kind of, I think it's some kind of tripod, like this thick tripod rod, and he backs out from the place and closes the door and just jams it in and just locks the door. That was a close one. Oh god, okay. We are not in clear waters yet. that almost became really difficult situation. Oh god. We have to find Risso Mills before they find out that the people are missing. Hopefully there is some kind of way to diffuse the colors in here. It has become our top priority. After that we can still like run and try to locate Risso Mills before Blackwind again secure like all the assets of the reality TV show. As hard as it may sound. We back into the editing room and the live stream, or the commentators room. They are still like, yeah, this is going to be the best stream ever. I know, Mark, I have a great feeling that this is going to be the best season yet. We have a great competitors here with us today. We have some mighty bloodthirsty motherfuckers. Something crazy like that. Jaakko Routa backs out of the commentator's space, and we are now back in the camera operation room, that we can see all the screens, the commentators like doing their stuff, and also like all the cameras inside the island. And I would say there was some kind of clue in this room, valuable item or clue. I would say the clue is that there's like a guide on the wall that indicates like where everything is in this floor. And there has to be some kind of showrunner's room, or like a room that will keep tabs on all the contestants and their like pulses and their exact location, because the explosive color is not just explosive color, it's definitely also a tracking device. So they definitely have some kind of like a place that is called asset monitoring room. And how many rooms there are in addition to this room, because now Jaakko can see all of the rooms in this floor. There is 2 additional rooms. Okay, he goes to the next room. Let's see if it's this room, because there was 2 doors and the other one is going to the opposite direction. So it has to be like there's a showrunner's room, and then like this kind of main like control deck, if you may, and then there is the individual like the asset monitoring room as well. Jaakko Routa opens the door, and I think there's first like this narrow corridor, and the end of the corridor there's like a T section that goes into 2 directions, the 2 rooms that we have left. And on the left there is the monitoring room, and on the right there is the showrunner room, and some kind of obstacle that blocks the way. So what is this obstacle that is blocking our way? Locked door is boring. I don't want to say that. I want something else. I will ask the oracle. What is the thing that blocks our way? Yeah, let's get really funky. Oracle says it's something that what it does. Move technical. I would say it's some kind of remote turret. Yeah, it's this kind of camera with equipped turret that has some kind of specific mechanism. It will start to shoot if you don't have the requirements to go past this turret safely. Otherwise, it's just an open door. There's like no door. You can see the room basically behind there. According to the oracle, there doesn't seem to be anyone right now in that room. But if we try to get closer, we will get shot. We have 2 options. We can go and try to get the showrunner, who definitely is in the room right now running the show. But the bad side is the showrunner probably has some kind of kill switch as well that he can just like use as a leverage if we try to intimidate the showrunner. Another thing is that I think the turret is like it's partially built into the wall, so we can't just like shoot it. So we need to be really clever with this. And will it shoot like anything that moves? Yeah, I would say it has some kind of like a laser pointer, and you need to have some specific, maybe like some kind of code or something that will make it not shoot you. Let's see what Jaakko Routa can discern about this turret. This is definitely focus no. And I will answer this as specifically as we get like successes. If we get the basic success, he knows something. If he gets a critical success, he knows even more. And so forth. Let's see what we can discern from this. At least we get a basic success, which is good. So I would say it has a laser, so it's definitely motion. So it's not like heat detection or anything like that. It's definitely motion. So that means we don't know what is the thing that will stop it shooting, but we know that it will shoot anything that moves with using the laser. If we could trigger it, we could have just enough time to try to use the things inside the room before people like really starts to like question what is happening. Because if we try to move past this turret, it will shoot, and if we would even survive that, it will create a loud noise, and then we are on the clock, like that. But I have one idea. Is there a fire extinguisher nearby? Yes. Jaakko Routa does this. He goes to the first room, and there's a fire extinguisher on the wall. He takes it. He sees the turret move around. He tries to throw the fire extinguisher into the corridor. So the turret will turn on the fire extinguisher, fire. It will explode the fire extinguisher and create this thick smoke. And with the save of the smoke, Jaakko Routa can hopefully run past the corridor. Okay, this is stunt. This is definitely stunt. And it's nerves and stunt. We need to be dexterous, we need to be fast. And we are trying to do crazy things. Throwing a fire extinguisher, I think this is critical success. And I will use 1 point of adrenaline that we have gained. Every game starts with you having 1 point of adrenaline. And now or never, this is the this is the place to use it. So let's use 1 point of adrenaline to get one more die. And we need one extreme success. Okay, here we go. Oh! We have 2 basic successes. So, and 5 and a 6, so we are missing 1. Now, do I want to use all in? If after rolling the dice you have scored at least 1 basic success, you can re-roll. Re-rolling drastically increases your chances of success. So I just said you do it very often. So yeah, basically we can take all of the dice we want and re-roll them for us to try to get 1 extra score. And if we fail, we lose all of the successes. Oh, okay. We could take 2 of the dices and re-roll them. And if we get with either of them 1 or 2, we will get a success. Or we could get 4 of the dice and try to get 1. I don't know which one is better. Help me with math. Which one is better? Which one has the better odds? I will just take 4 of them and I will try to get 1 more 1. Reroll. We need to get into that room right now. Yes! Yes! We got 1! There we go. And we even got another basics. We got 2 2s again as well. So we have 1 critical success that we needed and 1 extra basic success. So we can do 1 extra thing. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So Jaakko Routa throws the fire extinguisher. And the turret. It blows up, creates smoke and a lot of sound. Jaakko knows that he has to act fast. He starts running and he slides under the smoke, like partially, to get him as far away from the turret as possible. And then after the slide, he still continues and rolls inside the room, the monitor room, the asset monitor room. And he sees all of the different assets in the computer and he starts to trying to find a way how to open the locks. And he will actually start doing it already because of the 1 extra success. Now we'll ask the oracles, will it be just easy, press of a button and it will do, or do we have to do some kind of hacking stuff? Is it just press of a button? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, how much? Can we open everyone's locks or can we just open individual locks? How much? About average. So I would say if we want, we have a little bit of time. It's not that we can just press a button and everyone is free, but we have to individually open the locks. First he will open Risso Mills' lock. And he can see from the monitor, Riso Mills is like curled up into some kind of corner and being like really afraid, and it looks like a building. So he definitely is in the heart of the powder town, and he can see the surprise on Riso Mills's face when the explosive color opens. And now I will use, is this no or fix? Yes, fix is the skill that is used to doing like all the sciencey and engineering stuff. So we use fix, and this is definitely, well, this is focus. 3 dice. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to see if we can exactly locate where Riso Mills is right now. Probably Jaakko would do it like with time, but he now just quickly tries to do it before he tries to like run back into the corridor while there is still like some smoke left. And that's a failure, and I can't reroll because you need at least basic success in order for you to reroll. So I would say, yeah, he just doesn't have time before he has to like, he sees that the smoke is getting like thinner and thinner, and it's not gonna help him a long time anymore. So he just like, fine, and he just closes the computer and just runs again back into the corridor, where I think probably the showrunner has opened the door because he has heard the sound of a turret, and they meet each other, and the showrunner is just like, what do where, stop. And I think Jaakko Routa will just try at the same speed as he runs through the smoke, surprises the showrunner, and just makes this double-legged jump kick into showrunner's chest, and just tries to like stun him just long enough that for him to like get out of here. So he just comes through the smoke and he tries to kick him back inside his like office. So yeah, let's go. I would say this is not like a full-on combat. This is just him trying to get this showrunner back inside the office. This is basic success. Fight. Let's go. Oh yes, yes, yes. That is 4 force. So that is an extreme success, and I would reward us. I would reward us here 1 adrenaline from this, like coming out of smoke and just like having this double-edged jump kick and kicking this showrunner back into his office, like straight on hit into the chest. Like he takes like running steps back basically. He hits himself into his desk and he rolls over the desk, completely knocking him out like that. And Jaakko Routa rises up from the floor and just starts running out of this location. Is there anyone waiting for him? I would say there is no one in here right now because he locked those other people. He can see like in the far distance, he can see just this door like boom, 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 boom. They are trying to get out of that room. Yeah, and the other people who are making the show right now, still like there was like this plex which is covering the sound for a little bit. I would say there is not anyone right now who would hear like this gunshot. There's definitely some kind of electronical monitor thing that indicates that the turret has been firing something, but not in this instance. Right now there's no one that is stopping Jaakko Routa from just running back into the elevator and just like using his key, and he gets back up. Oh right, we can't go back up here. He quickly tries to go to the go to the floor where he hopefully can find radiation stuff. I think we stop here. Now we have like this kind of pseudo, we are still inside that facility trying to figure out how we can get the radiation suit, but our plans changed a little bit. but we have freed Riso Mills from the collar. We are on our way of recovering him. So yeah, the scene did not go as we expected, but definitely I would say this is like a scene. This is one shot. And this is a good point for us to start on the next episode when we go into the radiation controlled floors and try to acquire finally ourselves a suit that can protect us from the radiation. And hopefully with that we can get into the powder town and locate Riso Mills, who is now free from the explosive collar. Yeah, I will quickly change the nature of the scene. Secure a safe passage through radiation zone. I will move that into our third shot. Here I will write release Riso Mills from the explosive collar. There we go. Hi guys, my camera just ran out of batteries, conveniently enough, but I just still wanted to say thank you for watching this episode again. Great fun, and this game is intense. It's really built on like that. The dice mechanics are really excellently built on creating this kind of intense moments. Yeah, we almost screwed up quite badly there, but we succeeded to release Riso Mills from the explosive collar, and in next episode hopefully we can find some kind of equipment to protect us finally from the radiation, that we can get into the powder town and locate Riso Mills and extract him. What we are still gonna do in the campaign sheet is that we are definitely building up the heat, and now I'm gonna step it up. Like now we went loud, quite loud, so I would say we are stepping it up on level 4, which means that now like the Blackwind company knows that something's up. So that's something that we definitely have to start to deal with in the future. But I'm really excited about the future and the next episode. If you enjoyed it, once more, leave a like. That really helps me to know that people are watching and enjoying this show. So I will try my best to make next episode even faster. And I'm probably gonna do it as fast as I can because I'm really enjoying this series. And I want to see what happens to Jaakko Routa. And also, if you enjoyed the rule system, please leave the developers a big thank you as well. And maybe even order the book if you want. It's always nice to appreciate good rules. I definitely am enjoying this system very much. Hopefully I see you also in the next episode of Operation AMBERPOINT. Now, until next time, bye.